Hello all, Old Geek here, and time to do a video that might annoy a few people, might stir a few people up. Somebody in my Discord, Halakar, mentioned that Frank Mentzer had done a pronunciation guide in Dragon 93, so I've jumped ahead 6 or 7 years in my... Oh, actually, no, 93, bi-monthly, wasn't it? more years than that. Did it go monthly? I don't know. Anyway, I've jumped ahead a long way in the space-time continuum to take a look at a pronunciation guide, an informal index of the right things to say, compiled by Frank Mentzer from Dragon Magazine 93. Now, I know this isn't intended to be an entirely serious article, just a slightly helpful one, and this isn't entirely intended to be an entirely serious video. Okay? Okay? Don't get stroppy. Right. Let's have a little look at what he's saying. There's quite a lot of fluff at the start. I'll read a bit of it. The learned Dr. Smedger popped in yesterday. And I do mean popped. The sound of teleportation is quite audible at close range, such as behind one's chair. Pluffy, you twit. I asked you not to do that. I greeted him politely. I even rearranged the furniture so you couldn't. He returned my salutations with his usual grace. You call that furniture? Besides, you can't confuse me. This place is very familiar. Got a copy of Ledbetter's Astral Plane? Probably. Check the files. Ignoring my hint, he kept talking. I think he confused divas with solars and planetars. He's probably never seen either one up close. The good doctor waddled over and addressed the southern office wall. Sarpara conafulus. Nothing happened, of course, I snickered. You changed it again, he said. Of course, try number 8. Humph. Philuius ye fondeo licumbrox. The wall turned into pink mist. You just like to make it hard for me. You know I have trouble with quadruple vowels, he muttered, stepping through into the interdimensional space. Anyway, I think we get the idea. This is a pronunciation guide because there's a lot of silly made-up words in D&D, and some of them aren't made up, but some of them are. And we all say different things when we read them. I mean, how many of us knew that it was Dwimmer? How many of us said Dwioma? I'm guaranteeing most of you would have said Dwioma, because we wouldn't have heard that word until we played D&D. But it's Dwimmer. Dwimmer. So, let's have a little look. Okay. He explains all the various pronunciation thingies here. And then gives some examples. So fat. So that at is a short A sound. Fate. Now here's one where I disagree, because obviously pear, he's making it look like fate, because in American you'd say pear. So it sounds like fate. In English, in British English, we'd say pear, which doesn't sound very much like fate at all. So it's pear and fate. Far ago, met, me, her. Another one. Happen. No, we would, in British English we would say happen. It would be more of an sound. Pin. Pine. Here's another one. Fossil. That's very much that fossil. That with the A sound there. Nothing like what we'd say in British English. We'd say fossil. It's an O. Fort. Why is that O different? Fort. Note. Move. Gallop. Foil. Pound. Tub. Cube. Ball. Yeah, you get the idea. But you can already see there are several differences. But I'm just going to dive straight into this list because it's a big ass list. Look at this. Look at how many. Even a big advert in the middle for talisman and battle cars. Cool. I had a bit of talisman. I didn't have battle cars. But let's see what the main differences are, because I can't do all of them, can I? Because there's so many. picking out fairly fairly common ones. I noticed here you've got Aarakocra as the one there, because it's a short A sound, Aarakocra. In British English, we would say Aarakocra. It wouldn't be the O sound, it would O, and be Aarakocra. So it wouldn't be a short A sound at the start either with that double A, it'd be R. Aarakocra. Or even Aarakocra, because Aaron and Aaron are both allowable spellings, allowable pronunciations of the name, which is double A-R-O-N. I've heard them call themselves either Aaron or Aaron, both acceptable. Let's move down this list. Let's see if there's any that really might set people off. Right. Allosaurus. I notice here you've got Allosaurus. A-U-R in British English is or, so it'd be Allosaurus. I know it's an accent thing, because Americans are R, but it's Allosaurus in British English. I should have prepared a few of these before. Again, you've got Ankylosaurus. Further down here. Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus. See the difference? Again. And it's going to be the same with every single dinosaur, isn't it? So let's not focus on the dinosaurs, and let's go with Asmodeus. Asmodeus. Yeah. I have heard people call it Asmodeus, but that's going to be, I think that's going to be an American thing. But it's Asmodeus. That's what my friends always called it. That's what I would assume. Because Deus, when I did Latin at school, that D-E-U-S was not Deus, it was Deus. But anyway, we're moving on. Waiting to come to Bullet. Adible glamour or glamour. Adible glamour. What? Audible or AU. Audible glamour. As in, if something is glamorous. Audible glamour. If someone called it glamour, I'd be very confused. Very, very confused. Now there's another dinosaur. I'd have always called it a Baluchitherium, but here we have Baluchitherium. I might be wrong with that one. I might be wrong. Okay, here I see where we have an. Okay, he spelt it wrong initially. He put here Bec de Corbin, but that is incorrect. It's French. It's Bec de Corbin. So sorry, Frank Mentzer, you are wrong here. This is French. This is Bec de Corbin, not Bec de Corbin. It's Bec de Corbin. So I'm afraid your American there is wrong. Again, here we've got another one. Bill Guizam. It's Bill Gizam. Gizam. It's not Gui. It's French again. Guy. Gizam. I'm hoping my Canadian watchers will back me up on that one, but it is Gizam. Bogut, not Bagot. Frank. Bogut. Bog. Oh. Bogut or Bogart. I like Bogart's fine, but not Bagot. I'm just looking for ones where I disagree with them. I'm agreeing with most of them. Caryatid callum. No, it's caryatid column. Caryatid column. Column. Yeah, it's probably an American accent thing. It's thing. I've missed out bullet. There we go. Boulet. Bulet. Also boulet or boulet. It's boulette. French. Boulette. Boulette. There we go. The first one there. Boulette is correct. Well done, Frank Mentzer. Shut up, Tim Cask. Not a boulet at all. Let's see what else we got. Cerebus. I'm agreeing with a lot of them. All right, Chimera. 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 Not Chimera or Chimera or Chimera or Chimera or Chimera. It's Chimera. 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 I know I'm correct on that one. What else we got down there? Oh, Corellan Larethian. Corellan Larethian. Okay, we always said Corellan Larethian. Larethian. Yeah, feels unnatural to say Larethian. I would say Corellan Larethian, but... Alright, here's one we're going to pick up on here. See this D-A-E-M-O-N. A-E is simply pronounced E. In the variant spelling of encyclopedia, it's A-E, encyclopedia. This is simply a variant spelling, this here, of demon. It's not daemon, demon. That's all it is. Oh, I have a bit of slowdown on the computer. So, yeah, I mean, that there, if I can highlight, yeah, it is highlighting, there we go. Demon, it is simply demon. It's not daemon at all. Matt Damon will have words with you. Okay, he says here Demogorgon. Demogorgon. Always been Demogorgon. Demo, as in demonstration. Different to demon. Don't know why. English is a weird language, isn't it? But we've always said Demogorgon, not Demogorgon. Yeah, if it said Dracolisk, we've always said Dracolisk, so this second one's fine, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, he's backing... Oh, Drow. He's saying that Dro is allowable. No, Dro. No, Dro. You row to the boat, whereupon the prow of the boat to which you have rowed is a drow. And you might have a row with the drow about rowing to the boat. I'm pointing out the silliness of English. If you didn't get me really. Nothing too good. Yeah, he's put a Gorgimera, whereas we would say Gorgimera. Gorgimera, and yeah, Gorgimera. It's like Chimera, Gorgimera. But I've heard British people pronounce that in all manner of ways anyway. It's been all over the place. Yeah, here's one I'm not sure of. Firbolg. I would say Firbolg. I can understand why someone might say Firbolg, but to me it's Firbolg. Now this is obviously one that's, I believe, made up by Gygax. I would have said Farlan, but I can understand Farlangen. Verlangen. I've always called it Verlan. Okay. Nothing too... Homunculus. Humunculus. Yeah, I think that's a bit odd. I mean, again, I think it's an American versus British English thing. I would say homunculus. If I move past any of the... Where is it? I've missed this. What brought my attention to this the other day? Yeah, here we go. We were talking about this in the other game. Right, this word here. Gaelic has some unusual pronunciations. It doesn't use the same sort of logical pronunciation that we're used to through speaking English. And this word here is not geese or gias, it's gesh. Yes, gesh. And that is correct. No other pronunciation is correct on that one. It is gesh because it is Gaelic. Gesh. That's why we got talking about. That's why Halakar posted this, I believe. Okay. Here's one he doesn't mention here. Right. In Greyhawk, the Grand Duchy of... I've heard people say Geoff. I'd say Jeff. Because there's a way of spelling the name, Jeff. There are multiple ways of spelling the name Jeffrey. Jeffrey or Geofrey. And Jeff, Jeff or Geoff. So I'd say the Grand Duchy of Jeff. It's the same as the name, and I'm sure Jeffs and Jeffreys would agree with me. Now, one of the most commonly... I'll come back to this one in a bit. One of the most commonly misspelt words in D&D. How many people call this Jubilex? This demon, Jubilex. Now, I've always believed, because we would say like ruin. I know you say juice again. English language oddities. So I would say Jubilex. Whereas he says there Jubilex or Zublex. Or Jubilex. I don't mind Jubilex. I think that sounds good. But I like the idea of pronouncing the I a little in that. Jubilex. Jubilex. I think that sounds a little more bizarre. But it's definitely not Jubilex. So all of you have been saying Jubilex all these years. You're wrong. Exitsachitl. Exitsachitl. Yes. How many of us? Yeah, those demonic stingray things. Zoom past there. I could go on for hours with this, couldn't I? I could go on for hours. We're only halfway through. Any more sort of weapons? Ah, right. Corsac. That's a Corsac. It's not a Corsic. I have to say that's a Corsac because you're talking European for one of these. I believe it's French sort of area. I might be wrong on that, but I would say Corsac. I think Corsic's wrong, personally. I always call these Sons of Chios. Sons of Chios. Chios. No, Chios. No, I would say Chios. Chios. Chios would be good. Chios, Chios. But Chios? Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that. Lamia. Lamia. Rarely Lamia. No, 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 no. Call it a Lamia in my game, you get stared at. Oh, he's got this one right. He's got good. Loch Arbor. Scottish. Loch Arbor. But K's not really right because it's Loch. Loch. Repeat after me. Loch. It's a k sound. Not a k, but a Loch Arbor. Because it's Scottish. Right. Yeah, Gaelic here. Now, I'm not really an expert on Gaelic pronunciations, but I believe the DH is a th sound. So at best, it's going to be Macfurbith. I'm pretty sure you don't pronounce the D. We might even not. It might. Oh yeah, because the word is Cayley, but it's pronounced with the DH at the end, so it might be Macfermi, Macfemi. But this DH thing at the end is definitely not D. Definitely not. Mephistopheles, not Mephistopheles. Well, he hasn't. He's wimped out. He's wimped out of putting Minotaur. He's wimped out of the Minotaur. Or the Minotaur. Minotaur. He knew that would cause arguments. Not Minotaur. Minotaur or Minotaur. Anyway, you've heard me rant about that one many times, because I'm a pedantic old fool. Let's see, what's good. I always thought Earth would just be Oith, rarely Earth. Yeah, Earth. It's just a different way of spelling Earth. Off. Oe, toe, oath. Oath? Earth? I'd just say Earth, personally. Yeah, Paladin, not Paladin. Yes, Paladin. Yeah, good. Pazuzu. Penangalan. Yes, Penangalan. Not disagreeing with many of these at the moment. Phoenix. Yeah, we know that one. Loads more dinosaurs. I'm skipping past dinosaurs. Quaggoth. Quasit. Quipper. Quillen. I'd say Cullen there. But Rakshasa. Rancer. Not a Ransaw. Here. Be Rancer, not Ransaw. Ramaraz. Moment. Sawagin. Sahwagin. 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 Sawagin. Sahwagin. Sawagin. Yes. Sawagin. I don't think I've ever heard two people pronounce that word exactly the same way. Spetum, spetum. Spetum, 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 spetum. Spetum, sputum. Succubus. Nope. Zoomonster. 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 Sverfneblin. Sverfneblin. We would say Sverfneblin rather than Sverfneblin. Don't overemphasize the second syllable. Tarasque. Yes. Yes. Tarasque. Got the French there correctly. Tarasque. Tharisden. Yes. Tharisden. 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 It's not Tharisdun. It's Tharisden. Alright. Trebuchet. 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 Bu. Trebuchet. French. Trebuchet. Not trebuchet. Yeah, just picking up a little things, differences between British English, European style English, and American. Vacuous grimoire. Valkyrie. Valkyrie. The second one there. Valkyrie. Varguil. Again, Vargui. I need more of a Vargui. You can pretty much drop the L. Vargui. Verbeeg. Vizier. Little vizier. And vizier. Vizier? No. It's, yeah, it says here wyvern is okay. No, it's not. It's strict. This one is the correct one. Wyvern. Wyvern. It's not a wyvern. It's wyvern. Yeah. Stop it with this. These A's instead of O's. Yeenagoo. 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 Not Yeenagoo. It's just accent things, but Zugtmoy. Oh yeah, almost forgot. It's Gygax. Yeah. Yes. Gygax. 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 It's Gary Gygax. And so I mean most of it's not different to what I would say. There are some which are objectively wrong. Most of it is absolutely fine, and most of it is just down to different accents, with the AUR in dinosaurs being pronounced R in American English and OR in the rest of the world. It's nice to see getting Loch Arbor just about right, because that keeps the Scots happy. And in the Middle Ages, you want to keep the Scots happy. But there are some I do objectively disagree with. And he has got, there we go, the biggest one. And this is what flagged it up. Frank, you are wrong here. Gesh. Not Geese, G's, Gias, Gias, any of those. It's Gesh. And that is 100% correct. I've been the old geek. Hope you've enjoyed this little wander into a bit of silliness on a Monday. See ya.